Hey.
Hey, Auntie.
Hey, how you doing, sir? Hey,
Thank
yes,
you for
yes,
joining
yes.
me with Mondays with Marilyn.
Yeah,
Here.
yeah. Well, welcome to Challenge and Change, man. We down on Miami Street, man. East Baltimore, man. One of the livest trauma areas in the city at this point. So we're gonna talk about some real issues, man. Let's get ready to get down. Challenge and change. Where if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you.
Right.
Y'all remember Rosa, y'all know Marilyn, the war getting closer. Graveyards filling cell blocks getting colder. Mama all alone with the world on her shoulder. Pop's a rolling stone and he's a no-shower. I do this for my loved ones, I do this for the culture. I do this to inspire, cause I've been...
But let me just say briefly, because I know you want to get your points out. I just want you to know, ain't no way we showing this without showing our
This
lady
is
of the year.
beautiful.
So you see you all up in there. That's
I
when you
see
invited
it.
us on the Spirit of Baltimore.
Yes.
And so this is all the programs that I took the kids on since I've had this, since the conception of this program. And like, we spell love here at Challenge to Change, Time. It's the time we spend with our youth. That is the only way you will ever develop a relationship.
My goodness. I wish more people got that.
Wow.
That's what's so frustrating to me. When I created the only crime control and prevention division out of a state's attorney's office, I wanted to make sure that we were breaking that school to prison pipeline. And the work that you do every single day, like, this is what inspires me, right? And you know, you've been a part of our programs.
Yes, most definitely.
Come to our pop-ups. You've supported our
That's the
young
reason
people
I'm here now.
in major ways. And like, but I guess my question is, how do we get our community to understand the importance of supporting our young people? How can we get them up to give back and to have the same level of commitment that you do? And it's based off of trauma, right? Like your passion was spawned because of a painful experience in your life. That's the same thing with me. My cousin was killed outside my door in broad daylight when he was mistaken as a neighborhood drug dealer. When I went into those courtrooms, I seen the number of black men going in and out in chains and shackles, and that is what inspired me to want to change this system that disproportionately impacts us.
Yes.
So tell us about your experience. Like,
Oh, wow.
what spawned your passion?
From pain to purpose. I knew that I had it within my power to retaliate. And I knew that I had a bunch of people that was on go. But I knew that if I unleashed that, again, I would only be not only recycling the pain that I was going through, right? But I will create 5 to 10 more years. And I think that's what most young people don't understand. Like, it's certain individuals that if you take that life, you unleash 5 to 10 more years.
But that's what's happening right now, right?
Right?
It's retaliatory violence on the streets.
Absolutely.
And not just in Baltimore, but every major municipality. You shoot somebody. I mean, we've had over 127 homicides, and I can't even, I'll look at the number, but non-fatal shootings. You shoot somebody, they're coming back for you.
Yeah. This is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. And this is this fragment. This is such a minute portion of what is being perpetuated in our city. So if they say a picture say 1,000 words, how many words are you hearing in this room? This room sometimes say a sound to me because I'm a strong believer in pictorial view. That it does say a lot of words. I preached literally 8 guys' funerals that's in this room and know their stories intimately. You got a guy in this room that killed 2 guys in this room, and he's in this room with him. So the magnitude, my God, the magnitude of what we are, I know that a Challenge to Change was for to be put on steroids. Let me tell you something. I dropped out in the 5th grade, Marilyn Mosby. I never went back to public school. All of my life, 25 years of my life, in and out the system, right? When I dropped out of school in the 5th grade, when I came into the school, they had no idea who I was. I came in school, my mother died when I was 3, grandmother died in my arms when I was 4, never seen my father a day in my life, started school a damn year late. And when I came to school, you think they knew who they was dealing with? They was teachers back then. They weren't counselors. They weren't babysitters. So I was that kid that was in the back of the room, failed 2 grades, supposed to have been in the 7th, I'm still in the 5th, and now you trying to put me in the 7th? When you know I only deserve to be in the 5th? You created a problem. And so all that pain went straight to the street. And when it went to the street, I released it. And I asked for amends from a lot of things I've done. But this is what we're dealing with. So it's the one that have been broken the greatest that become the master menders of other broken people. Most of the killers and shooters in this city, you know where you can find their parents at? They're in Lexington Market on Bel Air Road, Bel Air North Avenue. They on Matt, and they birth monsters. I birthed the monster. That's how my son got killed, because I messed up. My father wasn't there for me. So we recycling this.
Brought up a really sort of great point about trust, right? And when you think about what we've gone through as a city just in the past 7 years, from the untimely killing of Freddie Gray to the uprising to the 163-page Department of Justice report that outlines a pattern and practice of discriminatory enforcement of the 8th largest police department in the country, to having to play cleanup. And my office had to play cleanup for one of the largest police corruption scandals in the history of the country, where we now see, even on HBO, where we had rogue police officers planting guns and drugs on citizens. I've worked with 5 police commissioners and 4 mayors in 6 years. That type of instability does not denote trust, right?
Well, that's what frightens me. What frightens me, that if you don't get reelected, that frightens me more than anything, because I believe that it will reverse and undo all. It's almost like what Barack Obama did. It will undo to put somebody else in a position that compromise on the regular with this city. The last thing we want to do is go back to officer aggressive. Yeah. Officer friendly is put in place right now. We have to see how it works out with officer friendly. Because if you're not elected again, the fear and the phobia of everyone is that we're going to go back to officer aggressive. Yeah. And this city haven't seen nothing yet because of the mentality of where the kids at right now.
And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. You know, it pains me. I have 2 little girls living in the heart of West Baltimore. It pains me when I have to sign off on, you know, charging a 14-year-old with murder or seeing a 92-year-old killed and nobody comes forward. I know that we are broken, and it's because of people like you and this organization that you're really helping and affecting the most precious asset that we have as a community, are our babies. And so I say thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
From the state's attorney to you being community activist and advocate and somebody who loves on our babies every single day, and using your story in a powerful way. And so I just want to say thank you for taking some time and spending your Monday with Marilyn. And thank you for the work that you do. Like I said, if there's any way that we can support you, you've given us a lot to talk about, but we have to be there to support you, because this is what's going to change the trajectory of our community.
Absolutely.